Always nice to come back here with a win. We got our first road win of the year, which is always, anytime you play anyone on the road, it's a little harder just for the challenges. You're not staying at your own bed. You don't have that familiarity of your locker room, your home field, things like that. So we did a nice job as far as traveling, taking care of business on that. I thought the defense came out again, had another stellar day. They're playing really good football right now. Hopefully we can keep that rolling, and I anticipate they will. They do a nice job over there. Offensively, we're still not where we want to be. We're still struggling some on that. But the second quarter of the Urbana game was probably the best we've played so far as an offense. We had a lot of rhythm. We had a couple of very efficient drives, and then second half you get a lead, and then you have rain and wind and everything else comes in. It seems like we can't catch a break, but we got to be better. We got to be better offensively. We got to move the ball, and we have the skill, we have the talent, but we still have a lot of moving pieces that we got to get just shored up. We have a couple new offensive linemen we're trying to break in. We have a new offensive, well, not a new offensive system, but a new offensive system that we got to get broken in. We have, with the exception of me and Coach Harrison's tight ends, we have all new coaches. So you're seeing that's what's affecting our output, I guess, offensively. But we're getting better. We're improving. I think by the end of the year we'll be as good as we've ever been. But we got to weather this storm a little bit and keep on grinding through that. This week we're playing West Virginia Wesleyan. They've had their struggles defensively. Offensively, they're a solid football team. They have a nice young quarterback who's a good player, can make plays, both throwing the ball in with his feet. Their tailback's a 3-year starter. He's a good player. He's a good player in this league, and they've improved offensively. Coach Shell's another good friend of mine, and I know those guys will be prepared. They'll be ready to come and think upset on their mind. And I think this is a good week for us to offensively continue to try and build and gain some confidence, and hopefully we can accomplish those things this Saturday. But we've got to develop a killer's edge as a football team. We got to get a finish. I think you look at our last two football games, the Fairmont and Urbana game. Never at any time were we threatened. Never did we worry, oh, Fairmont's about to come back and win this game, or Urbana's about to come back and win this game. I don't think we ever felt threatened in the second half as far as possibly losing it, but we didn't put it away. We didn't finish the game like we need to. So we've got to develop that killer's edge. If there's blood in the water, we need to finish the deal. We need to finish the game a little better. And that's what we're missing. And offensively, if we do our jobs and get better, then we'll develop that killer's edge. Because defensively, we're playing our best defense since 2013. So if we combine the 2014 offense and the 2013 defense, then 2015 could have a special outcome. And I think we're going to get there, but we haven't shown that yet, and we've got to keep improving, and hopefully we will.
Coach, you see any similarities between that 2013 defense and this 2015 defense?
Well, yeah, I think the 2013 defense, they had some experienced linebackers. You talk about was it Howard Jordan senior year? Or was Howard 2012?
I think it's 2012.
I know. Well, Jake Lilly was a fourth-year senior that year. Dotson was coming around. Dotson's still in there. I think you had a veteran secondary then. I think we have a veteran secondary now. The defensive line play is, I think when we finally get back to full strength with Daryl Johnson back in the lineup, I think our defensive line play is going to be the best it's ever been. I think Brandon Taylor definitely gives you a spark when you throw him in the mix. We haven't had a nose guard play that dominant of football since we had Josh Miller back in 2011, 2012. So that's where it starts and ends, is with Taylor, and then it allows the experience of Cade Rogers, who's a senior, Austin Dotson, who's a senior, Brandon Martinez, who's a senior, those three senior linebackers to really make the plays that they should be making. And I think that's the biggest improvement we've made defensively is our linebacking core. I think last year we had some good players, we made some good plays, but there were some inconsistencies in what we did for whatever reason. And now those guys are a lot more sure in what we're doing, and I think that's that's been a big reason we stepped forward. Another reason that we've played better defense too is the one thing we've done well offensively the last 2 weeks is we have controlled the ball. Like last week we had the ball 40 minutes, and I think 40 something, and they had it 19 something. So if the team's on the field a third of the game, that's a third or another third that they're probably not having a chance to score. So that is offense controlling the ball, and it's also defense getting them off, and getting back on the field. So I'm pleased with where we're going to be at, but we just got to keep progressing both sides of the ball.